Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Divine and Gossip Girls. We're so grateful that you've tuned into this episode today because I have brought the theme of aligned friendships and communities. And I brought this theme in light of our launch, the doors opening to Aura Elevation. We're so excited. So if you listened, if you listened to the last two episodes, you'll know that we opened the doors to Aura Elevation, our 3-week energetic chakra cleansing transformation experience. We're super excited to open the doors, and a big part of this experience is the friendships, the sisterhood, the community inside of it. Like, we have only ran this experience twice already, and the community just pops off so much, and the connections that are formed, the relationships that are formed, the space and the experience within that space is just transformational. So I really wanted to bring this conversation to you about aligned friendships, aligned sisterhood, aligned communities in light of Aura Elevation being launched. So if you are interested in joining Aura Elevation, we will leave the link in the show notes for you to join. The doors close on Monday, January 22nd. So if you're listening to this in real time, please come join us. Like I said, we'll leave a link for you to go and check out what's included, what's involved. It's only $49 and it's such a transformational experience. It really is. It really, really is. And you'll make friends for life. So we'll leave a link in the show notes for you to join, and let's dive into this episode.
Hey Cosmic Witches! Divine Gossip Girls here, your one and only source into the spiritual happenings of the cosmos.
Ever wonder what this month's energy will have in store for you? What the planets and stars are even up to? Or if the universe can just help you catch a break already?
Well, lucky you, because we have all the spiritual secrets to tell. Get ready to sip on your weekly dose of divine tea.
Okay, well, let's just dive right in. So obviously, if you're listening to our podcast, you're listening to this episode, you are on a healing journey, on a spiritual awakening and healing journey, and that can lead you to feeling lonely. And that's why we've created these spaces, but feeling lonely and starting to maybe drift away from the people that you once connected with, that you maybe grew up with, that maybe were aligned with you, but then you start to awaken, you start to heal, you start to come deeper into yourself and into your path. And I think for me, it was so important for me to align with people like Maggie, like Carly, that actually felt good for my soul, actually felt like healing, like relationships and friendships that actually healed me and expanded me and just felt good in my entire body. And I remember I've been in multiple different online spaces, in particular group programs and memberships and different spaces like that, and that's where I met both Carly and Maggie. And I remember being on one, I think Carly, it was with Inside of Abundant Ambitious with Samantha Daly, and I remember on our closing call, this was 2 years ago. Oh my god, that was 2 years ago, what the hell. So that is crazy. But I remember on that closing call wanting to just cry, because for so long I just knew that there were my intuition, my heart, my soul knew that there were people out there who understood me, who got me, who actually aligned with me. And it felt so good, even though they were all over the world, to be I found my people. I found the people that understand me and that really actually align with every fiber of my being. And that's the conversation I really wanted to bring to you guys today, because if you are maybe in a space or in a place within your life where you feel like you don't have friendships or relationships that actually understand you or make you feel expanded, or what's the right word? Yeah, expanded and actually lift you up. They actually they're kind of low vibrational friendships. Then I just want to share with you that there's people out there that actually are good for you, like Maggie and Carly. It feels so surreal at times to have people in my life that not only heal me but expand me at the same time, right? Do you guys not agree?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
We both said yeah at the same time. We really agree.
Yes.
But I do feel like for so much of my like entrepreneurship as well, or just like the spiritual path, like that can feel so lonely sometimes, especially when you are around people that are kind of taking a more linear path or a more traditional path, and just following this more spiritually led path of following your heart and doing this work with yourself can get really lonely at times. And I feel like meeting Sophie came at such an aligned time. We always talk about how Sophie is such a connector, and I swear all of my like soul line friendships really started with Sophie. It's
Yeah,
like
like
people that I
I'm like
met through
I am
you.
like the root. I'm like the
You
root of
are.
it all.
You are. You're like the root of the tree and all these branches coming off. But it was in the midst of college that I all of a sudden got this huge calling that I was like, I need to start my own business. And I think I was 19 and I felt absolutely insane. And I went into this program and I met Sophie and I started to build my business. And being in that community of other women that get it, that were on their path of becoming a healer, a coach, starting their own thing to help others, supported me so much in finding the confidence, the courage to learn the ropes and to learn the resources and tools that I needed to really get the ball rolling in the right direction, in a direction that felt aligned. And I honestly, I have to say, I do not think I would be where I am today without meeting that community of women from that group. And that is honestly, it has allowed me to rise to quantum leap after meeting people that I connected with that truly saw me for who I am and helped me feel empowered. And the times where my ego was getting a little loud or I wanted to back down, it's like they kept me in track. They're like, no, you can do it, Carly, let's go. And I truly believe because of them, I'm where I am today.
Yeah, I agree. I think I really got pushed by the community that I was first in. This is even before I met either of you two, but I was in Georgie Stevenson's Rise and Conquer project, the very first round she ever did. That I still think back and think how lucky I was to find that at that moment, because that was the first self-development spiritual thing I really like invested in. I mean, I had crystals and I had tools, but I'd never been in a course before. And I genuinely think I paid 300 Australian dollars for this 5-week course, which is really low in the grand scheme of things I learned. But I was in that and I didn't have a business yet. I didn't have anything yet. I joined summer of 2020 and I was just like, okay, I have time. And I met someone in that. I met M, who is how Sophie and I connected. And she was thinking of starting a business. And I had said, I hadn't actually really said I wanted to start a business yet, but I definitely wanted to. And she brought me on her podcast because she wanted me to talk about crystals. And that pushed me because she saw something in me. You know, she saw something in me with my knowledge because it was so out of character. But I think when you look back, it's just the universe guiding you in the right place. She had posted, I just followed her and she had posted that she bought crystals and they were her first crystals ever. And it was so out of character for me, but I just messaged her and I was like, here's what you can do with them if you want to know. And I think that was me just listening to my intuition. And then I jumped onto her podcast and she said, okay, this is coming out in November. And I went, okay, well then I literally named my business Spring Loon Oracle on her podcast. So I had something to say. I was like, yep, I'm at Spring Loon Oracle. And I had saved the at. And then her podcast came out in like November or something. And I went, I better start posting because if people find me from the podcast, they have to come find me. And then I kind of fell off for a little bit and came back in January. But if I hadn't been part of that group and I hadn't made these connections, I don't know if I ever really would have gone anywhere with my business. I don't know if I ever really would have gone anywhere with this because she saw something in me that even though I knew I had, I wasn't confident in yet.
Yes, and I definitely just when you were talking about that, Maggie, something came so strongly to mind for me. And it's this idea that we're moving from the age of like ego and independence and doing everything for ourselves and everything on our own. And we're truly shifting into the new age of collaboration and community and recognizing that for us to continue to rise, we have to be surrounded by other people and we have to connect with others because it's through these connections that we truly rise and expand. And like, if you even hear about what we were just talking about, like Maggie connected with this person who encouraged her to build her business. And that's like really where the ball started rolling. It was from me investing in this community where I met other like-minded souls who empowered me to build my business. And same thing with Sophie. And you just start to recognize that if you really want to thrive moving forward, you have to open yourself up to finding communities that help you rise because it is less like we are shifting into a period that you might have heard of like the new earth, this new energy that we're entering into the age of Aquarius is this energy of collaboration and starting to invite in new ideas and new energy and get the raw bowling the ball rolling in a more expansive energy. So we're shifting from egocentric to more community based. And I do believe that for people to continue to rise and expand, we need other people. We're also the human species and we need people that can see us and understand us and help us feel safe enough because our communities are like our foundation. And if we have a supportive foundation, we are going to be able to rise up as high as we need to. But if we kind of have that unstable foundation of people that are always bringing us down or reminding us of our flaws, that's just going to keep us weighed down. We need people that empower us and lift us and show us that we can rise and expand.
I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
just wanted to, I just wanted to touch quickly on the Age of Aquarius thing that you said there. And because that's Pluto that's moving. If you want more information, I talked about it a bit in our January forecast, if you haven't listened to that yet. But we are really shifting into from Pluto in Capricorn to now Pluto in Aquarius. And like Carly was saying, Aquarius is the sign of the collective. It is the sign of all of us coming together. It's our community sign. And Pluto hasn't moved since like 2008. It hasn't, it has bopped a bit in and out of Aquarius, but come March, it is in Aquarius for the next 12 to 15 years. So building community right now for you to transform because Pluto is the planet of transformation. It is just the planet of transformation. So if you are wanting to push that energy up to transform, to, like Carly was saying, rise, you really need to make sure that the people in your life are going to help you do this. This doesn't mean you have to chuck everybody out. Like I still have friends who aren't super spiritual, or I have friends who are interested in this, but not as, in the deep end as I am with it. But it's really important to have these people in your life who get you. I know even Sophie might talk about this a little bit, but Sophie has come to me with hard things before and she's been like, nobody else gets it, but I knew that you would understand it and see this problem and the world and my decisions that I'm making the same way that I would. And that's really helpful so that even if there's people in your life that love you, they just might not understand the same way. And it is important to have someone who understands you. Even if it's a few soul-aligned friendships, that's fine. You don't need a huge, giant community, but you just need people who understand you.
Yeah, I don't think it's about like just chucking everybody in the bin. If you're not on a spiritual path, you're not intentionally healing, you don't want to start your own business, goodbye, done. No, that's not what we're saying. It's like being very mindful and aware. Maybe it's just taking like this time with us right now of like who in your life is serving and supporting you. It doesn't mean that they need to be like so aligned and have absolutely everything in common with you, but like who in your life right now is serving and supporting you, and what boundaries may need to be put in place for you to like feel safe and willing and ready to open your heart up, to put yourself out there, to attract more of those people that serve and support you, and like putting yourself in spaces like Maggie and Carly and I have to align with our people. Like, even though I still have my best friend who, like Maggie said, my best friend is not super, super spiritual. Maybe like me doing my thing is starting to like open her up, but like she's not fully into it. Like she doesn't get it to the extreme, and like that's okay. And like, it's so nice to have those people who see the world maybe through the lens that you do as well, while simultaneously having people who still support you, but they're not all in the depth of the path that you're in, and that's okay as well. And I just really like, I think it's important. Like, I would not be like where I am without Maggie and Carly, like full stop. Like, I do not know where I'd be. Like, I think I would have given up on my business at this point. I think I would, I don't know. I just don't even want to think about it, because especially as people who are on like this healing journey, but also if you are on an entrepreneurial journey, like Carly said, like it can get really lonely, and it does get fucking hard. Like it does get hard. Like you are holding a lot, and it does bring a lot to the surface within your subconscious, within your fears and your limiting beliefs. And to have people on the same path with you, to not feel so lonely, and to like mirror back at you and be like, you're okay, you're safe, it is going to be fine, and kind of just like knock you back into your path, you know, and keep you there. Because I think it's so powerful. And like Harley said as well, like if there is this belief within you that you feel like you have to do everything by yourself, like you're hyper independent, like you have to like do it by yourself, and you're going to fight and just by yourself. Because that was me, and it took a lot of shattering and a lot of healing for me to start opening my heart up to allow the support of others to be there for me, you know. I don't know about you guys, but that was like a part of my journey the past few years.
Yes, I love that you touched on the point of hyper independence, because I feel like that has been a huge energy that I recently recognized that I was in. And it's taken a lot for me to open up my heart and to say, like, you know what, I am worthy of receiving people that are aligned with me. And I feel like a lot of us actually hold on to this hyper independence because we believe if, you know, we do everything on our own and we don't open up, then we'll always be safe and protected. But the truth is that we're actually closing ourselves off to the love and support of others that we could have if we opened up once again. And yeah, it's scary because when we're doing everything on our own, we feel like we're in that control, like we have control, but we just have to face reality that we actually don't have any control at all. Even if we think we're controlling things, like at the end of the day, we aren't. There is a lot of things that we can manifest and call into our lives based off of our belief system. But the truth is, by staying in a hyper independent state and believing that we need to do everything on our own, we're going to continue to attract more of that. We're going to attract people that actually keep their distance or are emotionally unavailable or aren't actually going to support you. So the act of shifting out of hyper independence, I think, is something that a lot of us are going to recognize this year, is that we actually grow and rise and strengthen our power when we open up and surround ourselves with people that we can truly let into our space to support us. And yes, we're going to feel pain and we're going to feel frustration. Like, people can trigger things within us, and that's okay. Like, we can feel the pain and let it go. And I think that there was like such a time where I feel like so many people were literally isolating themselves with like a shit ton of boundaries, and like boundaries are great, but like it was to the point where people were like isolating themselves with inside these four walls so that they would never get triggered. And the truth is, to really expand and rise, sometimes you do need to be triggered. Sometimes you do need to have certain emotions be surfaced so that you can deal with them and you can let them go and they no longer live inside of you. So I do really think that hyper independence is something that we can all become aware of within ourselves and say, like, where am I hyper independent, and how can I begin to soften some of those walls so that I can let other people in to help me and accept that, yeah, by allowing people in, we're going to feel a wide range of emotions. But if you block yourself off to feeling deep pain, you're also blocking yourself off from feeling deep love and fulfillment and joy. So it's just part of the human experience to experience all those things through relationships. And it's a beautiful part of it. So I don't even know where that came from, but
No, it was lovely, Carly. I think it's something that you hear in like love relationships a lot. Like there's so many people are manifesting love and they're manifesting like a partner and a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. And that can be great, but I think friendships are really important to manifest and call in as well. And one of the things you hear a lot with relationships is this idea that you need to find that love and support within yourself, and then the right person will come and fall right into place. And I think it can be the exact same with soul aligned friendships as well. It's like you can work on yourself and be like, I have got me. Like, I am fine. I have that independent side. Like, I know if I don't have anyone, I'm okay because I like my own company, because I like who I am. I'm working on myself. I'm growing, I'm healing, and I'm showing myself love. But I don't want to just be on my own. And I think that's really important in a, a romantic relationship as well as friendship of I'm okay on my own, but I want other people around. Like, I want you to be in my life. I don't need you in my life. It's this having people to build you up and to fill your soul rather than that you absolutely need. And I think that's when the right people come in. And then, there are times where you are going to depend on them and you are going to lean on them, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, you also know that you have got yourself. So there is that healing that comes when you're doing this spiritual path and you're calling in these friendships of having yourself as a friend, and then also calling in those
I always say,
connections
like,
around you.
my relationships don't complete me, they complement me. And
Yeah,
I think that's a
exactly.
huge idea of like your community, your friendships aren't something to fill something that you're missing, to fill a void within you. Like, that you are full of so much love and you have all that within you, but they complement you and they show you where there is room to grow and thrive, and they show you new perspectives. And I think that is so powerful.
I think that's the same. Like, I see that for like everything, like friendships, relationships, like all your desires and your goals. Like, is like everything that you desire is like an extension of the wholeness within yourself. Like Maggie said, it's like that's what I've been thinking with, or like embodying for just everything in life. It's like, okay, like I am complete and I'm whole within myself and who I am and where I am, and everything else gets to be an extension of that. Everything else just gets to be like a natural bonus of that. So like I absolutely love that. It's like being able to be like, okay, I am safe within myself, and it makes sense for me because it was when I started to come into myself, because I didn't have a good relationship with myself. Like, I was that person who could never be alone. I had to always be working. I had to always be with people, even if those people didn't actually necessarily make me feel safe or myself. Like, I had to always be with people because I didn't like my own company. And it wasn't until I started to come into myself, when I started to spend more time with myself, when I started to heal within, that's when the universe started aligning me with those people that were good for my soul, with those people who could continue to heal me and continue to expand me. And something that I wanted to like touch up on as well is like this aspect that you guys were talking about of like collaborating rather than competing. And what I love about our relationship is we all have our individual brands and businesses and paths and talents and like gifts that we give to the world, but we also have this thing that we come together and we have our podcast and we have our elevation. And for me, that can bring up like things to the surface of like not feeling good enough and feeling that resistance come up. But what I love about aligning with aligned friendships and people who are on these like similar journeys is the unconditional love that you receive from these people. Like, I can say to the kiddos, like I can say to Maggie and Carly, like, I am being triggered right now. I feel triggered. I don't feel good enough. I don't feel it like I am as good as you guys. And they will hold that space. Like, they will unconditionally love and accept me for that emotion and that feeling and where that kind of limitation that's arising, and support me and moving through that. Whereas that is just like something that blows my mind, to have friendships that are able to like guide me through that, and not just kind of bat that off. I don't know, just like not completely unconditionally love and like accept that trigger that comes forward.
Well, I'll always hold space for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I,
You
honestly,
know
like
that.
I just love you guys so much.
Same.
There's so many times where I'm like, when you're on this path, like so much can surface, and you're kind of like, to have these people that do hold you while you also hold yourself is just like, it's so like, everyone deserves that. Like, you deserve to have people who desire to unconditionally love and accept you and heal with you and expand with you, because it's something that I like dreamed of, and like now that it's here, it's just like, oh my god, we get to like make magic in this world together. We get to just be like ourselves and be goofy, and like before we come on our podcast, like we get to just to like be our weird selves and have fun, and then go put all this magic out in the world and just like be like just like ourselves. It's so fun.
And I think that's going back to that confidence thing you said. And I think that is the key to everything. Because once you start to be a little bit more confident within yourself and who you are and openly expressing that, you're also going to be putting yourself in situations to call in people who are in the same mindset, who are in the same space as you. You're going to put yourself in groups where you're in that same energy, right? You're going to and it doesn't even have to be on a spiritual level. Maybe you're getting more confident within yourself and you're like, I want to go take like a pole dancing class. I want to go, this is a total different spectrum, I think, but like, I want to go take a pottery class. Like, just these things
I love that.
Yeah,
I just thought of like crocheting or knitting.
yeah. But exactly. And then these different parts of yourself, we're so layered, we're so intricate as human beings, and having different people to support you who make up different aspects of your life can really help and hold you so much, right? You can have people who, yeah, you can pole dance one night with all your badass ladies, and then you can go join your knitting circle. Like, and by putting yourself in these places and having the confidence to say, you know what, I am going to join that, even if I know nothing about it, because it's something I want to embody, you're going to start to collect these connections. And that's something I've seen within myself when we're headed into all these, different things. I have my spiritual friends, I have my friends I grew up with, I have friends who are into different things, but also a new one that I kind of wanted to talk about with you guys. And it goes along with our aura elevation, is stepping into connections, calling in soul aligned connections as a leader, because it's really cool now, especially in aura elevation. I mean, I think we all have dream clients and we all have people we work with who we adore, but stepping into the community aspect of aura elevation, also as a peer, but as a leader as well, has been something that is totally different for all of us in the past year. We've had so many beautiful souls join, and we jump into this group with, all these people. Last time we had 50 people in the group, and it's a whole other connection. And I think we have up-leveled in that sense, especially as business owners. But it's really cool that as you continue to grow, even when you think, oh, I have these really spiritual gals in my corner, I don't know how I could get any sort of new aligned connection in that sort of sense. But as you grow, you're going to continue to call those in. Like, we call in this group, this community. And I also think one day, we're going to be calling in employees and all these other things. It's like, as you grow, you get to explore new types of community and connection. And I think that's really cool.
100%. I think aura elevation is truly such a unique experience, because you pull together individuals from all different backgrounds, all different points within their spiritual path and journey. And you truly can connect with people that you would have never been able to connect with outside of it. And even us three have met, like, I have met so many incredible, cool people from aura elevation. Just the other day, I had someone reach out to us who was in aura elevation, and I connected with her through it. I think she came from you, Maggie. But she listened listened to one of our podcasts, and then she reached out to me and she was like, oh my God, like, I didn't realize you were so young and I'm so young and I'm interested in starting my own business. And you gave me like the encouragement, the like you made me feel empowered to start, and just recognizing that in little ways, even by connecting with these people that you would have never met in any other way, you can impact their life and they can impact yours just in those little ways. And I met her just randomly through Maggie, through Aura Elevation, and so many other things have happened like that, where it's like I've met people that I would have never met if we didn't bring our communities together and we would allow ourselves to bring these like-minded souls into one space. And I truly do believe that this experience is one that connects you to yourself mostly, first and foremost, but also connects you to this collective energy that allows you to heal and rise and elevate, aka why we called it Aura Elevation. But it's such a unique experience that I truly have not felt in any other space, in any other community. It's like I can't even explain. I can't explain the energy that's within this group, but it is the most empowering, high vibrational space. And I have met people who have connected through there that still know each other and like DM on Instagram, or now we're on WhatsApp chatting with each other and sharing, you know, their spiritual experiences. And I think that is so damn beautiful, because that's exactly how Sophie and I met, how Maggie and Sophie met. And now we're together creating things together that's how we literally met. Like I'm in awe. Like we are creating spaces that we needed and are now bringing other like-minded souls together, and we're continuing to rise and grow in those ways. And I truly want you to know that 2024 is about you being honest with yourself and letting go of the people, the places, the things that no longer empower you, that do not add to your power. And I want you to right now take a deep breath and allow yourself the opportunity to enter into communities, spaces that make you feel empowered and connected more to your spirituality and more to yourself. And once again, that doesn't mean that every space you have to enter into needs to be the spiritual space. But like Maggie mentioned, like going in, tapping into like a pole dancing class or a knitting class, all of that allows you to tap into your spirituality because it connects you back to your home energy. So do the things that empower you to rise and connect and really just, yeah, empower you to up
I'm gonna
level.
cry. I'm gonna cry.
It's so beautiful when you said we created the space that we needed. I have never resonated so much.
And I think just like off the back of that, to wrap up this episode, is knowing that you're worthy of it, you know? Because I feel like sometimes, like subconsciously, we may not think that we're worthy of this love, we're worthy of these connections, but just know that you are worthy and you're deserving of letting go of people that no longer align with you, that no longer support you, that no longer empower you. And if you're listening to these words, you have aligned with these words, you have aligned with this space. You are hearing these words because the universe, spirit, angels, God, whatever you believe in, wants you to know that it's time for you to rise in community. It's time for you to expand in community and to open your heart up to connect with people that are good for your soul, that heal you, that expand you, that empower you, that make your life and your entire being shine so much brighter, because you deserve to. So if that is you, and if you want a space in which you can dive into community, dive into sisterhood, then we would love to have you inside of Aura Elevation. If you have not already joined, I'm sure some people are listening to this, you've probably maybe jumped in already. What are you going to say, Maggie?
The doors close in 24 hours. They close in
Okay.
24 hours. So if you are
Get in
interested, get in there now, because they close at the end of the day on the 22nd.
The end of the day on the 22nd, and we only run this twice per year. We do it twice per year. That is all. So if you want to be in there, your heart, your soul is yearning to be in community, and it's like, oh God, I want to like dive into this energy with people and meet people, then the link is in the show notes. Jump into it, join us. We will welcome you in with such open arms, such open hearts. And if you enjoyed this episode, please take a screenshot, put it on your Instagram stories, tag the three of us in it. We would love to know who is listening, who is with us, who is joining our elevation. If you have joined our elevation, let us know so we can celebrate you. We can celebrate you and get excited with you, because we kick off on Wednesday the 24th with our welcome call. So we will see you there if you have joined. But once again, thank you for listening. Please, if you haven't already, leave a little rating, leave a review. It helps the podcast so much, and reach more people and impact more people. So yeah, please do that, and we will see you all next week for another episode. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Love you.